Welcome to Mission 12 of the Squadron Campaign. The target today is the Brunswick AeroIndustry factory, part of the Luftwaffe production line infrastructure. It's quite far out into Germany. We'll head out of Ridgewell to the northeast, take the usual route up over the Netherlands, tracking the Dutch coastline and then the German coastline to the mouth of the river Elbe before turning southeast past Hamburg and down to target. Just one flak field to negotiate over the primary target. I've selected a secondary target as well. You can see there on the left the Misberg oil production facility, just in case we need it. Once we've done the bomb run, we'll egress to the southwest and complete the clockwise circuit back to base. The Memphis Belle will lead the squadron today. 5 other planes will go up with her as shown here on the list. I'll go with the 1,000-pound bombs for this mission, plus 250-pound bombs as well. We can get 4 1,000-pounders in there, and I think 6 250-pounders. Here's the recon of the primary target. The buildings are all close together, and if we run over this target north to south, should be able to hit most of these assets. Let's see how this mission goes. We're going to join the action as we're tracking up the German coast on our way to the mouth of the river Elbe. It's 10:08 hours, we're feet wet off the German coast and we're straight in to some action. We've been engaged by a formation of 109s. Top turret gunner got some hits on that one and he's going down. We've got P-51 escort fighters with us, and there's one here attacking this bandit as we're shooting it. And there he goes. That's 2 kills. This is our position currently, north of Wilhelmshaven. I think those bandits probably scrambled from here. There are a few air bases in the area. We're heading towards our waypoint here at 28,000 feet. And then we'll turn east-southeast, tracking down parallel to the river Elbe to hit our next waypoint west of Hamburg. A second formation of 109s has scrambled. It's at 11,400 feet and climbing, heading 312 towards us. We've reached our waypoint at the mouth of the river Elbe. Time to turn southeast and head inland.
Pilot for navigator, take up a heading of 115. Repeat, 115. Okay.
Meanwhile, a formation of 190s is about to take off. So we're going to have 109s and 190s intercepting us before too long. The 109s have reached us first. I'm zooming in on the video here. There are 4 planes inbound off my 12 o'clock. 2 of them managed to collide with each other, which is fantastic. Taking each other out. It just leaves 2 109s for us to deal with. We do still have P-51 escorts in the area, and here's 2 of them, and they've managed to collide with each other. Disaster! That's another 109 taken out. I think there's just one 109 left. And here he is off our 6. And there he goes. That's all of the 109s dealt with. We can take a moment to appreciate the new nose art I've put on the Memphis belt. This is becoming back, and hopefully the Memphis belt will be coming back home in one piece at the end of this mission. The 190s we saw scrambling earlier are now at 4,500 feet and heading due north to intercept. I'm guessing they took off from this airbase here, and they'll probably get to us just as we're reaching our next waypoint west of Hamburg. Once we've reached that waypoint, we carry on southeast to the decision point, and then we'll be heading towards Brunswick for the bomb run.
Pilot and navigator, we're at the waypoint.
We've just made our waypoint west of Hamburg. We'll carry on southeast towards our decision point from here.
Pilot and navigator, your new heading is 135. Repeat, 135. Okay.
And as expected, here come the 190s. We don't have any escorts in the area now. We're going to have to deal with these ourselves. Some of the guys have emptied their magazines. The ball turret gunner has got no ammo left. I can't shoot that guy from here. I'm going to have to switch to the tail gun. We can't seem to nail these 190s. They've been buzzing around us for a while now. We've actually gone past our decision point. Let's get the weather report on the target whilst we can.
Weather at primary target is believed to be cloudy with 7/10 cloud at approximately 8,000 feet.
Okay, that doesn't sound great. I'm going to drop the initial point down as low as it'll go to 10,000 feet. We're currently at 25,000 feet. I'm not sure we'll have enough time to drop all the way down to 10,000, but we'll see how low we can get.
Bandit, 4 o'clock level. Bandit, 4 o'clock level. Bandit, 10 o'clock level. Coming in.
Incoming, 5 o'clock low.
Wow, I can't believe I didn't get that guy from the tailgun position. Been fighting these 190s for over 10 minutes now. We're not far off the initial point, still at just under 18,000 feet. Probably won't get down to 10,000 feet in that short space of time we've got left. We've now hit the initial point, the bomb bay doors are open, the 190s have finally disengaged and we're at 14,700 feet. Time to set the drift. We can see the landscape through the cloud underneath us. It's looking like we have about plus 5 degrees of drift. Bombardier has an offset of -7.6. I think it's a bit too much. I've dropped it down to -5.6. We'll see how that goes. Target is obscured by cloud. Can just about make out one or two of the buildings at the target location. There's just enough visible through the cloud. I can reposition the bomb site onto the big warehouse here, maybe just to the right of it. The drift offset seems okay. Target site is holding stable on the horizontal axis. Flak coming in now. And the cloud cover is getting a little bit thicker. Can barely make out the target now. I can just about still see the outline of some of the warehouses, and I think we're doing okay. The cloud does look to be getting a bit thicker up ahead. I think we're about to lose visibility completely. You just have to keep our fingers crossed that the plane remains stable in the flak as we approach the target. Have no visual on the target now. We are in the hands of the gods. Cloud has thinned a bit, just enough. I can see the outlines of the buildings again. Just making some small adjustments to keep the bomb site roughly in the center of the target location, which is to the right of the large warehouse. We can see to the left of the crosshair here. Doing quite a lot of work on the vertical adjustment to keep the crosshair on target. It's looking pretty stable now. The flak sounds pretty brutal out there. Bombs are about to go in 3, 2, 1. Here is the factory location. And there go the bombs. That's an absolutely awesome bomb drop. I think I've pretty much wiped out the entire facility, maybe just a few small buildings left intact. Great job. We're heading away from target. The factory is burning away. You can just about see it through the clouds. There's another target location here which I've hit previously. You can see it's just basically a blackened husk. That was the Brunswick bomb factory. That was one of my earlier missions. One of the B-17s is in trouble there. It's not one of the planes from my squadron. It's got its engines smoking away. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to recover that. Some of the planes took a beating from the flak. This is the target for tonight. Sounds like one of the crew members is in trouble there. It's got flak damage across both wings. 3 crew members have been injured. Try and get them fixed up.
I'll fix him up. I'm coming, man, I'm coming. I'll fix him up.
Let's take a look at the instrument panel to check we don't have any fuel leaks.
Help me out.
Fuel tank number 4 does have a leak on it. It's not severe at this stage, we'll just keep an eye on that. This is Captain and the kids, and it's got extensive flak damage. Wings look like they've been shredded. We'll take a look at the instrument panel and see if there are any fuel leaks on this plane. Looks like the co-pilot has taken a few cannon rounds to the back there. I'm assuming that's armor plating and saved his life. Amazingly, there are no fuel leaks. That's awesome. We're making steady progress. Currently here, just north of Castle. We're carrying on in a southwesterly direction towards our next waypoint. And then we'll head due west out towards Cologne and cross the front line back into friendly territory. And then we can vector for home base. It's now 12:03 hours. We've reached our waypoint over Cologne, passing across the front line back into friendly territory.
Pick up a heading of 274. Repeat, 274.
Okay.
It's time to RTB. A couple of the planes do have fuel leak issues and also crew injuries. I'm having to manage those, including here in the Memphis Belle. The pilot has passed out. Let's try and get him patched up. And what I'll do is I'll swap him out for the bombardier, because I don't want the pilot to be passing out as I'm trying to bring the plane into land. That would be disastrous. So once he's patched up, I'll just swap him into the bombardier's role and vice versa. Checking on the fuel here, and fuel tank 3 is almost empty. Now, it's been doing okay for quite a while, so I will transfer some fuel out of tank number 1 into tank number 3 to keep the engine going, and hopefully it will be good to get us back to base. Mission time is now 12:51 hours. Still managing the fuel issues, but the planes are all still in the air, engines are all running. We're about to go feet wet into the North Sea and make the final leg of the journey back to Ridgewell home base. And here we are back at Ridgewell. Mission time is now 13:29 hours. The planes are beginning to leave formation to prepare for landing. It's been a long mission and there were a lot of enemy fighter intercepts to deal with, but we've made it back in one piece. Mission accomplished.
Orbit and wait for landing clearance.
Let's get down on the ground and check out the mission debrief. All of the bombers from my squadron landed safely. Let's check out the debrief. 15th of March 1945, we attacked the primary target. Distance flown 1,135 miles. It's quite a long mission. 9 enemy fighters shot down, that's pretty awesome. and we totally destroyed the target. Quite a lot of crew injuries, including a number of medium and severe wounds. Those guys are going to be out for a while. Lots of red dots showing on the bomb damage assessment. That's what we want to see. Pretty good bomb drop there. I think we nailed the center of the target and took out most of the assets. In the medals awarded list, we've got a lot of purple hearts for the injured crew, and then Staff Sergeant McNate has got the Legion of Merit. That's awesome. Technical Sergeant Rawls gets the Soldier's Medal. Let's take a look at what Staff Sergeant McNate did on this mission. He flew in the Memphis Belle, he was the tail gunner. And look at that, he shot down 2 109s and 2 190s as well. Awesome job, well done him. Finally, let's look at the recon before and after. The after photo is obscured by cloud, but we can still see pretty clearly that most of the buildings there are just charred remains. That's mission 12 complete. Many thanks for watching, and see you next time.